All right, Sauce. We just got through the sport relatively quickly there, considering we took 20 minutes on the first segment. We smashed sport out in 20 minutes. We've got an F1 race the next weekend, so we'll cover that in next week's pod. But Sauce, it is now time for Le Mans of the week. Again, at the top of the show is impromptu, but this is the official Le Mans of the week. It all happened, all this transpired after our podcast. I think it was 2 days after our podcast last week, and we said, well, we're going to give him Le Mans of the week no matter what. And obviously, shit hit the fan this morning, and we're like, well, you know what? We're going to have 3 Le Mans in one episode. It's a record. Set the scene for your Sauce. I'm conducting my merry way, working away here, you know, as we're doing during lockdown. Get a text message from you. Have you seen Card Porn's post? I said, no. He goes, you don't understand how lucky I was. I was going to download the plugin to put it onto my browser. I go, why? What happened? He goes, OnlyAlt has been stealing everyone's information with their plugin. I said, what are you talking about, stealing the information? Go have a look. Went over to Card Porn, and what I saw was just not great, all right? Just the evidence was clear cut. Like, you can't refute anything. Like, you can't refute it. You had people like Hoj coming out. You had Goldberg giving a impromptu Le Mans of the week. You gave the precursor to this week, so we appreciate that, Goldie, on LTB. Everyone went in on these guys, and I didn't really understand the full ramifications until I started looking into it and understanding it. And Saucy then explained to me what Sauce about the coding.
Yeah. So what they've pretty much done is secretly written into the code. So to get the what their plugin actually does, it's a Chrome extension add-on to your browser, and what it does is it actually brings up the best, obviously the true sold priced on best offer listings. So anyone knows if you go on eBay and you actually go to sold, it doesn't actually tell you the price. That's why most people use 130 Point. 130 Point does something very similar. So this was, pretty much doing the same thing that 130 Point would do, except 130 Point doesn't steal your data, right? So just keep using 130point.com. Lane is an absolute gentleman, and he runs a great service down there. So fuck OnlyAlt and use 130 Point to search up for your pricing. Don't use their plugin. All right. So what they've done, you download the plugin, and nowhere in their terms and conditions does it state that we are going to take any of your data. So to get the plugin to work, you actually have to log into your eBay account. Now, once you log into your eBay account, they pretty much take your whole sales history, everything you've been buying, all your information off there, and they ping it back to their server. So they have all the data from your eBay account on their server. Doma. That is an absolute grub of an act. Absolute grub of an act. Not only is it going against GDPR laws, which are massive in Europe especially, and this extension is available worldwide, right? They didn't give any disclaimer. They pretty much just wrote it into the code sneakily. And, professional coders that assess this code, the way that they've done this is very shady. Like, this is something you write it like this if you want to hide it. So the fact that they've gone and done this to steal people's data from eBay, whatever they're going to do with it, right? That is complete and utter, idiocy.
Breach of privacy.
Breach of privacy, whatever you want to call
That's
it.
all. This is a bit of follow-up as well on that. Once again, as we said at the top of the show, everyone just comes to rush to the aid of all these people and companies, because they're the companies with tens and tens of millions of dollars that are controlling portions of the hobby. And to be honest, based on what we've seen here, they don't give a rat's ass about you. But besides the point, everyone said, "Oh, we need to wait for them to make a statement and do stuff like that." They came out and made a statement. They said they didn't know that the code was doing that, and they said that they weren't in a breach of GDPR laws, which after Card Porn put their third post about it, 45 minutes after it, that whole code disappeared. Wasn't in the plugin anymore. You're telling me they didn't know about it? Extensive, elaborate code like that, they didn't know what they were typing in. They didn't know. This is the other thing, Source. Own your shit. Stop lying. Stop lying. Maybe 10 years ago when you could get away with this shit in the hobby, because there wasn't as many eyes as there are on it now, they thought, oh, yeah, we can get away with it and we can lie to people. There is no room for error. Well, there's room for error, but there's no room for illegal activity anymore. Cut it out. Finish it. It's the old ways of the hobby. It was like a pocket in the hobby where this shit happens. It was wrong then, and it's wrong now. And what they did is a joke. The other thing on top of it, which Source loves the most, and this is probably going to get the Le Mans over everything else, you can't even get rid of your account, Source.
I went on there today. I went on there yesterday, and I logged in. I forgot I had an OnlyAlt account, and I'm like, I think I got an account. Let me check. I do. Logged in. There is no way for you to delete the account. You can't delete it. There's no option in the back end saying I want to delete my account.
You have to email them probably. Go old school.
Mate, it is a joke of a platform. So not only are they stealing your data, they make it impossible for you to get off their platform, right? So they're just pretty much, reeling you in unknowingly, because there's no way to delete yourself, right? And for being an absolute idiot and, stealing people's data and then not allowing me to delete my account. And mind you, there's a hell of a lot of other people that want to delete their account. For that, you guys are lemons. I can't flash this thing fast enough. I actually can't flash it fast enough.
Source has been so upset about this, and rightly so. It is a grub act. I don't care what they say. Everyone's like, everyone deserves second chances, and whatever. If you want to give him a second chance, that's your prerogative. You're not getting my second chance. Like, you're doing shit like this. We are flaming people, Source. Yeah, we are flaming people in this hobby and saying we want nothing to do with them anymore. Yeah, because they're stealing cards. $10,000 worth of cards. What happens if they're taking 10,000 people's privacy? Like all their privacy data of 10,000. Is that acceptable? Is it all of a sudden? Oh, because it's not a card, it's fine. But it's just everything about you. That's perfectly fine. Like, this is how stupid it's becoming. Like, seriously, just everyone that they've lost the.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double coverage.